jalapeno mint margarita.
You just had one of those, right? You posted on Facebook.
It sounds like it wouldn't go together, but you get the sweet of the mint and the salt and the sour of the lime juice, and then it's got a little spice kick of the pepper taste from the jalapeno, so it's kind of hitting all aspects, and it's fucking awesome. It's not overwhelming, it's not spicy, it's not something you'd be like, ooh, heartburn, Corey. But it's really good, to the effect that I actually went out this week, bought some decent tequila, fresh mint, jalapenos, fresh limes, and made it myself, and it was pretty badass. It's surprisingly subtle. All the flavors are subtle.
Okay.
It goes down smooth. So I would absolutely recommend that.
That's my pick of the week.
Pick of the week.
Danielle, you want to go next?
Me?
You don't have to.
No,
you defer.
I can defer. I'm going to defer.
Defer.
I don't know which one I want to talk about.
Defer.
Which other one?
Defer to Gaines.
Food.
She's deferring. Would you like to go, or do you want to?
No, my pick of the week would be, since we host a podcast.
Yeah.
And we all happen to listen to other podcasts that we enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered a new app that you download, and the more minutes of the podcast you listen to, you get points for it.
Yes. What's the name of it again? You tell me about this.
Podcoin.
Podcoin.
So for every minute you listen, or every 10 minutes you listen, you get a point. But I also found out today, if you go on a streak, they up your points.
Ooh, and what can you? What the fuck? What can you win with these Podcoins?
They have a bunch of different gift cards on there.
Pod stuff.
In different monetary values, starting from very low points with very low dollars on a gift card, all the way up to very high points with some quite good money on gift cards. And one of the best ones on there being Amazon.
Oh, see, that's where you sold me. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Anything with an Amazon gift card, I'm all about.
I know, that's what he was telling me today. I was like, I want to earn points for listening to a podcast and get Amazon gift cards.
And literally every podcast there is, you can listen through Podcoin, including the Schnozzcast.
So we could go on and listen to the Schnozzcast and earn
and you would earn points for it
rewards
to get put towards gift certificates from their website.
Pay attention, listeners.
So yes, if and Podcoin is available on iTunes and Android devices.
Google Play.
And through the Google Play Store.
Do you know what the basic breakdown is for the layman? I mean, do I have to have 8 million coins to get a $25 gift card, or is it?
No,
it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese,
right?
Well, I agree.
Thank you. No, it's right.
Yes. You start out
a quarter for like
tokens.
200 tokens.
Yep.
Yeah.
The very lowest Amazon gift card is $2, and I think that's 1,000 points.
Okay.
That's not bad.
But
does it go by minute? How does it go?
Yeah, like I said, every 10 minutes you get 1 point.
Okay.
But
so
if you
10,000 minutes for $2.
But if you go on a streak, like I said, they up your points for every day that you keep on listening.
Oh, cool.
So
your odds get better.
Yes. And I mean, on top of that, even if you're just listening to a podcast, you're not doing any actual work.
So for someone like Joe, with a homework assignment to go and listen to all of the podcasts,
sure,
and there's over 20 hours of podcasts available, how many Podcoins could Joe earn for 20 hours?
Wait, so how do you know if I listen to it or not? I have to take notes? I have to take a test?
Well, we know by the present conversation that you didn't listen to it.
No, I'm serious. Like, do I have to take a test? If I have to take a test, fuck that. I don't give a shit.
No, you're not going to take a test, but I think this kind of highlighted that you didn't, because we did mention it.
So all I have to listen to is that.
Well,
but you don't know where that is.
That's fine.
So
why? Hey, okay. Well, when do I'm sorry.
We're all right here. We're all just excited as
I will gladly do that. I really want to know what's. I really want to know what's in there.
But so here's the thing. So I knew nothing about Happy. Corey and Bob knew nothing about OA.
Wasn't done talking. Go ahead.
But it just I just take it into consideration that you're always going to talk. So this is something that you don't know about because you didn't listen to it. So listen to it, and then let us know. Yeah, that was funny. No, I didn't like it. I
Just
had
that.
to. No, you're gonna
Oh,
have to
something.
find
Okay,
out.
alright.
You don't know what episode it is.
Dude,
You're
it's been
missing.
like
You're missing the larger
6
point.
or 7 that I haven't been.
You're missing the larger point. There's podcasts that some of these podcasts you were on
Really?
that you may not remember.
But you said I was edited out of it.
Not all of them.
We're
Quite a
all edited, dude.
I saw Bob's hands go snip snip. I'm like,
Yeah, I snip snip
sorry, I'm
all of
sorry.
it. You can learn something from listening to all of them, whether you're in it or not. As far as like, this is what. Oh, I see what they're trying to do. Clink.
Clink.
So I would encourage you to go back to, just the same way I would encourage all of these guys to go back and do it too, even though they were all here. Nothing helps you to sort of get the larger picture like listening to this again with some hindsight and some perspective.
I get it. Is it my turn
Sorry.
on the loop thing?
Were you done with your? Did we cut you off with Podcoin?
Yeah, it's okay.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Just you guys. I mean, echoing Corey's sentiment. I think that's awesome. That's something I didn't even know about, and we're involved in a podcast.
You know, I scrolled across it on Instagram. I'm like, I'll take a look at it. Like I said, you're not. It's not like you're doing any work. So even if they do give you low points for whatever,
You're not doing anything.
You add up a couple $2 gift cards every couple weeks. I mean, you get at least a discount off something that
Dude,
you're looking
you're
to.
not doing anything. So
We're already doing it.
the old saying,
Right,
the old saying, that is not a Taylor Swift song. As
I'll
my-
be the judge of that.
as
right, exactly.
As my dad, if my dad was here,
Exactly.
he would let us know.
That's
But
Schnozzcast swag right there.
sure,
True.
that is
With somebody's face. Somebody's face on it.
yes, I agree. Is that a man that doesn't worry about pennies will never have to worry about dollars,
There you go.
and I think that's fitting.
Taylor Swift.
Stop.
It should
Magnificent
say
genius.
it should
You
say
Man
Nick's dad says by the
never
way.
worries about pennies.
All right, is it my turn for
Never
the
worry about dollars, baby.
what?
know
We
if
can
she-
smoke?
I don't
Yes,
know
yes, it's your turn, Jeff.
What is this called?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No.
The
Three
Schnozzcast.
people have got. Okay. It's pick of the week.
Pick of the week. Okay.
Your recommendation.
I
could
pick
be,
men's razors because
okay.
Danielle.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All I've ever heard in my life is that women always like to use their boyfriends or husbands' razors because they're that much better. Why do they even make women's razors then?
I feel like a saxophone solo should be going on right now,
I
very
don't know.
slowly.
I use a woman's razor, so I can't really properly answer
Have
your
you ever
question.
used
Do you
his
know how
razor, though?
quickly
'Cause
he
you know
said
it cuts
men's
that much
razors?
better.
I hadn't even
Just saying.
really started explaining what he was supposed to be doing.
Wow, 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 wow.
So Joe's basically saying he uses a woman's razor to shave.
I don't use a razor.
Wow, wow. The lady.
Well, you have
Very sharp, like a shin
Used
bone,
to be.
like sharpened down to like a razor fine point.
No, I've always heard like women. They're like, oh, my razor and my. They say the deodorant is not as strong too, and they end up buying like Mitchum or some shit.
So help me understand.
I'm talking.
Help
Don't
me-
cut me off.
No, help me understand. What is your pick of the week?
Men or women's
Men or women's?
No, it's
razor.
men or-
accessories like
Accessory.
No, the pick of the week is something that you have actually used or found out this week or came across this week.
And you're recommending to
Well,
the
I didn't
rest
know
of
that.
us.
You just said
I
don't
tried to
pick of the
explain
week.
to you, but you're like, men's razors.
All right, something I haven't.
Could be anything. Could be.
Anything.
Yeah.
Like
Food,
I'm not
music.
getting it. Like,
Do you want? Well, you heard what you
Okay.
heard what Corey's recommendation was.
and Corey basically plugged whatever he was trying to
There's
sell.
a new
right?
app. There's a new
Exactly.
No.
And try to plug
Okay.
it.
For fuck's sake.
So my pick of the week
Thank you, Daniel.
is the Ring doorbell because we just installed it today.
You plugged.
At your house?
You
Yeah.
plugged.
Woo!
Why? I'm not getting anything
Yes, you
from
did.
it.
You just said a
She's-
brand and you plugged.
We're not getting any
I'm
dollars
not getting
for this.
anything for
You're
it.
not getting it, but you still plugged it. You still
No,
said.
a plug is when you get
It's like me saying, "Hey, Jet's Pizza's."
Joe.
Not getting over.
If we brought it up every 5 minutes, then yes, that would be a plug.
You get what I mean.
It's still not a plug because we're not getting
Well,
dime one
right.
for it.
No.
So, anyways, the Ring doorbell.
It's
Hey,
very
you know
sweet.
what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ring doorbell.
Mm-hmm.
Who installed it?
Corey.
Really? I'm impressed, sir.
I put Dawn's in too. That was a pain in the ass.
Because actually it worked out better than I thought. So
could you
Why is
line it
that?
up? Could you line it up on? Do you have brick?
No. I have siding.
So
She had brick, and I couldn't. It was either in like mortar and brick, or like half mortar and half brick, or it was a pain in the ass.
once on the siding, I thought the back plate was going to be too big
Okay.
to fit. The siding right next to your door is very, very thin.
Right.
And then the other siding next to that is like the waved siding. So there's no way it's going to sit flat on there.
Right.
So originally I'm like, well, we'll use the 3M tape to stick it to the thin piece of the siding.
Okay.
If the screws aren't going to line up on the thin siding. So
Right.
went to Home Depot, got the tape all bought and purchased. Came back to the house and I'm like, put the base plate up. I'm like, oh, the screws barely go into the siding.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, let's see if I can get the screws in. So sure enough, the screws took the siding and it's actually screwed in. We didn't have to use the 3M tape. So it worked out even better than I thought.
And it gives, like, you can see my whole porch.
Yeah, you can
The
definitely see the whole
sidewalk, the
porch,
driveway.
and the notifications are very, very fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Who is this motherfucker on my
And then, like, it shows too, because there's
What's
like
the UPS guy?
4 people on my street have one, so you can see that too, to know that your neighbors have
Oh, well, that's
the
cool.
doorbells.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Which
Ring?
like I was telling him.
Ring?
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Ring?
one up, the person like kitty corner from me, they have one, and I never noticed that it was on their on their brick until we
Right.
were driving past it today, and I was like, oh look, they have one, and then like 2 more doors down, I'm like, oh, they have one too.
Right.
So it's kind of nice.
Okay.
You were commenting on the neighborhood watch feature, right?
Well, yeah, because I have the neighbors app that you can get like from your surrounding area.
Yep.
But like on the app too, it
Oh,
tells you
man.
what neighbors like on your street. There's 4 people on my street that
Yep.
have them.
Yep. So
Yeah, it's like identifying the sex offenders on your street.
Right.
and it
Right.
is
Gotcha.
the coolest part. Have you gotten the updates from them
Hey.
as well?
Bill.
I just installed it today though.
Okay, so basically what it's going to do is you're going to have a little 3-prong, little 3 dots at the top of your phone that'll go off depending on what kind of phone you have,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll say neighborhood watch, and it's from Ring. It's a notification, so don't turn them off. And it'll say, hey guys, just noticed this guy breaking into cars on Grinley Park.
Oh yeah, there's another app too that like the neighbors app.
Yep, and it'll do it with Ring as well.
Yeah.
And so you can also choose to view the images,
Mm-hmm.
or you can go into your Ring app like this, and I'll show you right now. So I also have the Ring alarm system installed, so I can toggle that on and off or whatever. But it says right here, neighbors, 122 events. So we can go in here and we can view your neighbors' events that they said were noteworthy,
Right.
and they
They're
upload-
not always noteworthy.
No, they're not. But like
They're
Wait a
not.
minute, wait, Nick. What kind of events?
like right here, my car was broken into last night.
So serious stuff that should be reported.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And they show you a home invasion. My daughter laid in bed due to medical problems this morning, and someone entered their condo, blah, 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 blah. And you can comment on it like you would comment on Facebook. And it can show you video.
But
And then
that-
it geolocates and shows you where this was in location to your home.
But does that load like based on like emergency calls, or
No,
does
this-
that load?
No, it's
So
people
this is
commenting.
the homeowner.
So anybody,
Yeah.
This is the-
Anybody that has.
Anybody that has this video doorbell
anybody
can upload a crime.
that can say anything.
Like this person. Oh, just had a coyote in my yard.
Right.
Keep your dogs brought in.
Danielle,
Uploading
that lady
crimes.
from across the street that has something. They could theoretically say anything, right?
I mean, yeah, but you're
So
uploading.
what it led to also was
You
that
get what I'm saying, though. Anything.
the doorbell worked out so well and was so easy to install that I knew where you were
5 minutes
going,
later.
and,
No, I'm not going anywhere.
and
That what?
that looking at getting
Oh, I want to get the floodlight for the
floodlight
backyard.
for the backyard.
Oh, dude, I'm a strong believer. I also believe in. I told you guys on one of my pick of the weeks of Kuna,
Oh yeah, I looked that one up too.
which is the porch light speaker, all that stuff. But
But what I like too
you
about
can
Ring,
go back and listen to it.
when I set it up, I could put him, if he wanted to get the notifications, I could add him, so it notifies him too.
I'm on my way, Danielle. I'm on my way.
You know what though, Nate, dude? that's going to happen sooner or later. There's going to be surveillance on everybody's property, and then you can say, you can say whatever you want against your neighbor or whoever. Sorry, I didn't mean that. You know, and you can.
You can do that now.
But it's
without
gonna be
surveillance.
So you know, like in a
in the next few years, it's going to be so like just like toned in, where you're just going to be like, oh well, Danielle said this or Corey said this, and
so guys,
all this fucking crap about
you know,
it,
in a normal studio, sometimes we've got too much airtime, right? We've got too much airtime, so we go like this.
Mm-hmm. Now here we're not.
Right now we're going.
We're going.
Wrap it up.
I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
I want to say one more thing.
Pick of the week.
Right now.
I have two actually.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make it
not
quick.
wrapping.
We got 0109.
I'll make it quick. My pick of the week is two documentaries. One of them on Hulu called Bad Reputation, which was the Joan Jett biopic.
Okay.
It was really, really good. If you're a fan of Joan Jett, fan of the Runaways, the Blackhearts, it was fantastic.
Also Taylor Swift's song.
Oh God.
Bad Reputation?
Reputation is.
Oh, Reputation.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so not really the same then.
But similar.
Okay. Second one was a documentary called Free Solo. Also on Hulu, but it won the Oscar for Best Documentary this past year. A guy named Alex Honnold who was trying to scale El Capitan in Yosemite. He was the first person to have ever done it, and so the documentary was about sort of his preparing to do that. But if that shit fascinates you, and I will tell you, like, the cinematography was amazing. Like the crazy views where they had like high def cameras, whole crews like tied into the rock face, filming him. Probably 85% of the documentary was just these amazing shots of the mountain, or him preparing to go on like Half Dome or Mount Watkins in Yosemite to get ready for El Capitan, and trying to show you like the routes where he was going to take, and he would practice each one. But you got to get to know the climber too, and what it's like to be a climber, where this guy cared so much about climbing that he had a girlfriend, but he had to deal with a girlfriend who didn't want him to go climb because she was afraid he was going to die. Because basically somebody it's not really a spoiler, but somebody in the documentary, they asked him, like, so what's it like to be Alex Honnold, or what's it like to be a rock, like a free solo climber where there's no ropes, it's just you and your hands and like a bag of chalk hanging off the back of your belt. He's like, well, think about it like if you were an Olympic athlete and you were competing in an Olympic event. So it's the toughest, the pinnacle of your skill, and you either get the gold and win, and if you don't, you die. That's what it's like to be a rock climber. Free solo.
Makes sense.
And it's, whether or not you know how it turns out, whether he made it to the top or not, or whether you like watching that kind of stuff, or whether you're afraid of heights, I thought it's utterly fantastic. Highly recommended to everybody.
Sounds awesome.
That's my pick of the week.
Can you
All right.
say the name one more time?
Free Solo.
Free Solo.
Yep.
On that note, everyone,
All right.
time to call it a night.
Calling it a night. Thank you to everybody who stuck with us. Everybody who's watching on Saturday, April 13th, like a bunch of bitches who went out and had fun while we were working, and you're clearly reaping the benefits of the fruits of our labor the next day, all rested, sons of bitches. We love you anyway.
Who won?
We don't respect you as much, but we love you still. Mostly.
Penn Teller.
Arthur Penhollow. Penn and Teller. Why do you keep saying Penn and Teller?
I think I always
Arthur
say
Penhollow.
Penhollow.
Yes,
Penhollow. I
Arthur
always say
Penhollow.
Penn Teller.
You do.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Penhollow.
Incorrect.
Close
Arthur
enough.
Penn Teller, baby.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Everybody, we're gonna have